Good morning, Facebook land. So I have this message that I want to share with you, and I don't want to hear anything about people saying I'm driving because I am totally focused on the road, but I needed to send this message to you because it's a moment that I just experienced. It's like, I'll call it my aha moment. And life lesson. So as some of you probably know, I went to Ulapalooza over the weekend in Las Vegas, and that was an extremely emotional weekend for me because Ula is such an amazing way of life. It teaches you that you are destined for greatness and purpose. This is why you were created. God creates these things for you, and then it's up to you to make the most out of your life so that it can be totally great, can be fun, abundant, and you can live your life with purpose. And so when you go to Ulapalooza, it's quite the experience because you start experiencing feelings or remembering things that you've maybe suppressed in the past that you thought you were over, and then you're not really over, and it helps you just kind of get rid of it to make room for all of the goodness that's and abundance that's in your life. So I've been through quite a lot in my life. I think we all have, and there was a lot of things that I thought I was over and I thought I had dealt with, and then all these feelings started coming back up. So there was a lot of crying, there was a lot of laughter, there was just a lot of emotion happening in this room with 150 other people that were going through the same thing I was. And it allowed us to look at the 7 areas in our life and figure out what our true goal was for the next year, so for 2018, and really zone in on it. So we focused on all of the 7 areas. So I'm talking friends, family, field, which is your job, faith, fun, fitness, and faith. So we talked about all of those different areas, but then we really were able to zone in and see what the 1 or 2 areas that we really needed to focus on for the next year were. So this year has been, I've been kind of playing around with a bunch of different things, and I'm always the first one to say, like, I love my friends, and life would not be great without your friends. So when you die, you can't take your money with you, you can't take your possessions with you, but the most important thing is, if you're laying there on your deathbed, the most important thing is what? The people that surround you, your family and your friends. They're the most important things. So I kind of pray on this every day, but really this year, this summer, I kind of had a little conversation with God, and I was like, God, I really need you to surround me or bring these people into my life that I'm craving, that can teach me something, that will support me, that will be there for me, that I can be there for. And, people that I'm talking about, these are people that on my deathbed, I want surrounding me and knowing that I have been just as good of a friend to them as they have been to me. I want those friends that in the middle of the night at 2 a.m., if something happened, something traumatic has happened, that I can pick up the phone and at any point I can call these people and they will just hop in the car and they will just come and help me. No questions asked. They'll just be there for me. And I have to tell you, in the last probably 3 to 4 months, wow, I have been presented with some pretty amazing people that, because I said, God, if you bring these people into my life, I will do everything in my power to make sure they know that I love them, that I appreciate them, that I will do anything for them, no judgment, that I'm there for them, and in return, I want the same from them. So those are the people that are 50-50, because you've got those friends in your life where they're convenience friends, where maybe they use you or you use them, or they're not a true friend. They're not somebody you would pour your heart out to, that you could call in the middle of the night. And so it's hard sometimes to break up with those people, but it's been happening to me, and I've had a few breakups in the last year, and it's been real hard, but you kind of get through it, and then life becomes great, because when you can get rid of negativity and you can get rid of time suckers and people that don't love you for who you are, and you feel like you can't be yourself, and you can get rid of all those people, oh my goodness, does life ever pour in with abundance. So I had a great weekend learning about all of this and really just stepping it up a notch. And those people that are in my life, and you guys know who you are in my life right now. It's not the quantity, it's the quality of the friends. So if I've got a handful of friends that I can depend on, I am so blessed to have that. So So I had this like aha moment with my mom. So those of you that know my mom know she is the most loving, caring, compassionate woman ever. I absolutely adore her. And I always say if I could be half the woman my mother is, then I would be a great person. And she was the one that, you know, when we grew up in a little town, and you know, in my class growing up there was 8 girls, and if one of those girls didn't like you, no one in that class liked you, and that's just how it was. And whenever somebody new came into the school, it was really hard for them to fit in. My mom always said, you make them feel welcome and you do everything you can do to make them feel part of something. And if those other girls or those other people don't let that new person in, then you separate yourself and you go and you spend time with that person and you become their friend. And I always felt like I was doing that, you know, not that I had to save them, but I just wanted them to feel welcome, because that's the worst thing, is when people don't feel good or they're not feeling welcome somewhere. Anyways, so this is the kind of the lessons my mom taught me along the way. So this is my mom. Every time she comes over to visit, she's probably gonna kill me for telling you guys this, but she's not on Facebook. So she goes, I'm in a hurry, guys, I just wanted to pop in. It's always a hurry, I just want to come and see you guys quick. Every single visit. So when I think back to all my visits with my mom, it's always remembering her being in a hurry, even when she's not. She's gotten into the habit of saying this. So I said to her, Mom, do you realize that every time we're together, you're always in a hurry? So I have a lot to do today, but I had to go drop off my son who's not feeling well so she could watch him for me, because she dropped everything to watch my little Roman because he's not feeling well today. So here I am doing my running around, getting ready for my open house tomorrow. And again, she's like, you got to get going. You have a lot to do. You've got lots going on. And I'm like, Mom, do you realize that you do that every single time we talk, that you're always rushing? I said, I really want you to consciously stop doing that, because one day we're not going to have this time together. And she's like, I know. But I'm like, no, seriously, listen to me. I want you to really try, because I know how much I have on my plate and I know my schedule today, and spending a half an hour with you right now is the most important thing to me, because I haven't seen you in like a week. So I filled her in on my weekend and how great everything was, and a couple things I've learned this past week. And you know, we always we have really good in-depth conversations about faith and about our jobs and about our goals and all that kind of stuff. It can be real open and honest with my mom. I love her so much. And so she's like, so I said, you got to stop doing it. And she's like, I know, but you're in a hurry. I go, you're doing it again. And she goes, you know what, Jen, you're right. Which is like music to my ears, being a red personality. I love to hear that I'm right. But she's like, you know, you're right. I have to stop doing that. But I got so much paperwork, and I said, Mom, the paperwork's always gonna be there. It's always gonna be there, but we might not ever have this time again. You don't know what tomorrow brings. And so I get in my car, and right away I send a video to 3 of my closest friends saying how much I love them, how much I appreciate them, and how grateful I am that they have been brought into my life, especially this year. These are women that came into my life, that have been in my life, but really have predominantly showed up in my life since I kind of, you know, said, hey, bring me these people and I will do everything I can to be the best friend to them possible. And I sent them this message, and then I start crying, you know, because I'm like getting all emotional. But that was like an aha, wow moment for me. So I just always feel like when this stuff happens, I want to share the message, because maybe one of you out there is sitting there and you're struggling and you're feeling like you don't have any real good friends right now, or you've got friends and you're maybe neglecting them, or you're not being the best friend you can be, or you're always constantly rushing through your life. And, you know, just take time to smell the roses, literally. Take time and chill and appreciate the people in your life and really show some love. And, you know, you don't know what tomorrow's going to bring. So I want you today to reach out to 1 or 2 people that are super important in your life and tell them you love them, tell them how important they are, and just, you know, appreciate them and just say thank you, because life is good. God is good. The sun is out. You know, life is what you make it, and there's always something good to look forward to. So what I'm going to be working on now in the next few months is getting rid of all the negativity, pushing it all out to make more room for for more goodness to come into my life. So I hope that was helpful to you. If you found that helpful, throw me a heart. Let me know. I would love to know. And if you're watching this as a replay, do a hashtag replay, because I like to know who's watching too. It's always great. And if you need somebody to reach out to and just lean on, just know I'm here. Even if I don't know you, I'm happy to help, and I'm happy to be a friend if you don't have any. So I hope you guys have a great day and you found that helpful, and I'm sending you lots of love. Thanks, guys.